There was a time when I thought I needed a breakthrough, a big breakthrough, the kind that would instantly change everything, the kind that would solve my problems, the kind that would make me feel like I was finally back on track. But that's not what happened. What changed my life wasn't a breakthrough. It was a small win, a very small win. And at the time, nobody else would have thought it was important. But to me, it meant everything. When you're rebuilding your life after a major setback, something strange happens. You stop measuring yourself against who you are, and you start measuring yourself against who you used to be. You remember the life you had, the plans you made, the version of yourself you once knew. And every day can start to feel like evidence that you're falling behind. At least that's how it felt for me. I spent a lot of time focusing on everything that wasn't working, everything that wasn't happening, everything that wasn't where I wanted it to be. And the more I focused on what was missing, the harder it became to see what was still possible. Then one day something happened. Nothing dramatic, no miracle, no overnight success, no life-changing phone call, just a small win, a step forward, a sign of progress. And for the first time in a long time, I felt something I hadn't felt in a while. Hope, real hope, not wishful thinking, not pretending everything was okay. Hope, the kind that quietly says, maybe things can get better. I think many people misunderstand hope. They think hope arrives after life improves, but often hope arrives before life improves. Hope arrives when you notice progress. Even if that progress is small, maybe it's getting through a difficult week. Maybe it's making a decision you've been avoiding. Maybe it's starting a new project. Maybe it's reconnecting with someone important. Maybe it's simply getting out of bed on a day when you didn't feel like it. Those things matter more than we realize, because small wins do something powerful. They create momentum, and momentum changes everything. One small win leads to another. One good decision leads to another. One step forward makes the next step easier. And before you know it, you're moving. Not quickly, not perfectly, but moving. Looking back now, I realize I was waiting for a reason to believe in myself again. I thought confidence would arrive first. I thought motivation would arrive first. I thought certainty would arrive first, but they didn't. Action came first, then confidence followed. Then motivation followed, then belief followed. That's an important lesson. Many of us are waiting to feel ready before we begin. But readiness often comes after we start, not before. If you're listening to this and you're rebuilding your life right now, I want to encourage you to stop looking for giant victories. Stop waiting for everything to change at once. Instead, look for the next small win, the next good decision, the next positive habit, the next step forward. Because those small victories have more power than you think. A small win can remind you that progress is still possible. A small win can remind you that your future is not finished. A small win can remind you that you are stronger than your current circumstances. And perhaps most importantly, a small win can restore hope. Today, my life is still a work in progress. I'm still learning, still growing, still building. But I've learned to respect small victories. I've learned to celebrate progress. I've learned that rebuilding isn't about giant leaps. It's about consistent steps. And if you're walking through your own chapter 2, I want you to remember this. You don't need a breakthrough today. You only need the next step, because sometimes the smallest win becomes the beginning of the biggest transformation. Thank you for listening. And if you're rebuilding your life too, subscribe and join me on this journey, because your story isn't over. It's still being written.